Hey everybody, welcome back to another standing ovation break. I hope everybody's out there doing real well, and it's the holiday season. New Year's here, and as the old year ends, the new year begins, and let's bring out the old and bring in the new and all that. And I got some old stuff that I bought earlier this month, and bring it into the new year this month because I'll put it up probably for sale this in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. A couple of bulk purchases. Well, not really. A couple of purchases that a couple of guys I wanted. I'm specking on, I guess, and it was a good deal. I've dealt with my one guy before, and I saw another deal he had, and it's a bulk lot of graded cards. So let's see what we got. I'm gonna show you. I know what I got, but let's see what you don't know what I got. And again, thanks to Sean in Ottawa and Jeremy in Cornwall who hooked me up with these decent deals off of the Facebook group. Okay, this first package is actually one I just bought because I'm specking on these guys. This team's off to a great start, and it's got a lot of young talent on it, and I think this is part of the reason why they're having a great year. It's guys like this that I'm actually not 100% sure on, but what the heck. It's a PSA graded. I like PSA because they store a little better, and I don't know, back at PSA, they're all third-party grading. You know, it's all subjectivity. It's all who the hobby wants. I don't trust any of these suckers, actually, but I'll jump in. Should we just do a reveal this way or this way? Which way are they? Which way? Oh, they're this way. So, there we go. We got Dawson Mercer. That's PSA 10 Young Guns. Dawson Mercer off the New Jersey Devils again, off to an amazing start this year. We'll see how it ends for them, but there's a lot of young talent on there. Mercer, Bratt, and Hughes, and Heischer, and oh man, it just goes on and on. And imagine if they had Martin Brodeur as a goalie again. Holy cow! So why not? I got in on the get in on them before they're over $100. That's basically the way I look at it. If I can get PSA 10 Young Guns for under $100, it's already caught my eye, and then it's a lot of specking at that point. But anyway, here's a guy I thought was worth. And by the way, I paid I think it was $85 on average. 80 because there's not one. Whoops. Okay, there's one with a dented corner, and two. Crap. Crappity crap. Actually, it was carpeted floor, so I'm okay. Yeah, why not have two? Because if I'm going to sell one, I want to keep one. That's always the way it is. I never want to sell anything because I want to keep it. So this way, I got two. That way I can sell one and keep one. Hopefully the deal is to sell one for what I paid for both, and then I get a free one. So there's those. Anybody else on board with me in New Jersey? Is it not time to maybe count on a team to add so many draft picks to win, unlike teams in Canada, and maybe in the province of Alberta? And we're not talking about Calgary. We're talking about another team in Alberta that seems to get a lot of first-round draft picks and doesn't seem to ever complete. Then again, I'm a Leafs fan, and I know about not finishing. Whoops. Oh, my God. And then again, that's the story of my life, not finishing. Oh, my gosh. Getting a little bit off topic here, but probably a little bit more personal information than anybody really needs to know aside from me. Anyway, let's go. This is the bigger of the two bulk lots. Okay, and all this all said together, all these purchases, they costed me, this was $1,000 Canadian for all this. So this package is a little bit bigger. Obviously, there's more cards. So let's see what happens now. Yeah, I believe this is an 11 card lot that I got for all in shipping and everything, about $800. So again, a lot of specking in here. Who knows? I can't help but think sometimes they pay a little bit more than my market value or whatever is the best price. But you got to keep everybody happy, right? You can't have vendors not wanting to sell to you because you're cheap. And I don't want to overpay, but it's all collecting too. Anyway, let's go. First batch we've got involves two BGS 9.5. Got a little bit of a thing there. I got my own graded bag, so I'm going to take them right here. That's what I'm going to do. There's a nice Braden Point. He spent a bit of his season injured, and I don't know about that was last year, this year. I don't know. Again, I've got to catch up. I got to watch the hockey guy, see what Shannon's telling us all, because I haven't been following Tampa this year. It gets so sickening when teams are so good and they win all the time. It's hard to watch. But anyway, this guy's really good. I had a Young Guns of him long before anybody was grading their cards. Well, I guess some people grade all the time, but I sold one off, this exact card, to a guy who claimed he didn't receive it. And then miraculously, about 3 months later, he had a pristine BGS 10 Young Guns canvas show up with Braden Point on his website or on his eBay page, and I can't help but think I helped him get that 10 because when he claimed he didn't receive my non-tracked shipment that I sent to him, it was like a $40 sale. So that learned me way back then, and I know from experience, don't ship stuff without tracking it. If it's over like 20 or 30 bucks, put a tracking number on it. If they didn't pay for it, give your own self peace of mind, because it sucks knowing that it always happens on the guys that are going up. That's the way I look at it. So I don't know, I'm always a little, I've been on eBay for over 20 years, and I've had it happen too many times. I'd say like at least twice a year somebody claims non-receipt. And the funny part is, I always receive everything. I'm 20 plus years on eBay. I've never not received something. So how can it be that I always get my purchases, and yet on average 2 people a year don't get their purchases from me, and I ship everything with diligence. I'm very good at what I do. I can't help but think there's a little, I'm calling BS again. I've done it before. There's too many people that like to scam a system that's very scammable. Anyway, let's get back to the breaking of the cards, the opening of mail, and the fun stuff, not the sad times. Here's a quad 9.5 Tarasenko. I got another guy who's, I don't know, if you didn't have Ovechkin, there'd be a lot of Russians in the league you'd talk about, and this would be one of the big ones, I think. Malkin, Tarasenko, Ovechkin. Just to name a few, there's so many of them. But there you go, 2 9.5s to go into the collection. 13-14, Series 1, Laddie, and 16-17. That is Series 1 as well, I think. Series 2. Oh, I just didn't know. Braden Point. Let's see what's in this package. Was this the bigger one? No, this is the bigger one. This is the bigger one. Let's go. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the entire Swiss Army has abandoned me. I have seemed to have misplaced the whole army. Well, maybe just their knife, but they were lending me their knife to use on behalf of the Swiss Army, and I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. So I've had it for like a long time. So I'm worried about it, but I'm figuring it's out defending the world as a tool of an army that's hopefully up to good use. I know it's around here somewhere. I'm not considering all gone yet. Stay tuned. Be watching for the return of the Swiss Army knife. Okay, so he told me he was going to do that. Let's have a little fun with the bonus packs. He said he'd fill the spaces with the basketballs and all the other stuff that I enjoy. All the sports. I do. And sometimes, retail-wise, you don't see the stuff in the stores where I live near, because I'm not in the big city anymore. And so this Prism basketball right off the bat. Yay, Prism. Tyler Bay, rookie card from last year's Prism. Dallas Mavericks. Last year's being 2021. 21-22 is out, and it's a pretty cool product, too. I've opened a lot of that on this channel. Check it out. There's Josh Green. It's a rookie insert, instant impact. These are all 2021. Or 21, because, basketball is 2 years. It's 2021. Last year's, technically 2 years ago now. Josh Green. Here's a nice Prism refractor. The Anthony Melton. The Grizz. Formerly of Vancouver, way back in the day. Now they're Memphis, the Grizz. Ja. Oh, nice. Sure, throw me Ja inserts. Only the most probably dominant player in the league, and it says dominance appropriately. I got a base insert of Ja in the second year. Nice. Very nice. Actually, 2021. I believe that's a rookie insert. No, Ja is 2021. No, he isn't. It's 1920. I'm lying. Ja, it gets confusing. All these delayed sets and years. Excuse me. Ja is the year before LaMelo. So yeah, this is second year insert. But nice Xavier Tillman Prism rookie card. Grizzly rookie of Tillman from, again, 2021 Select. It's a retail insert. I'm not sure what the orange and the red is, but I'm going to say orange and red fusion. I just made that one up. Sounds pretty good. Okay, here's some base with some football. Oh, it's another Tillman to go with the Tillman. Right on. A numbered Gene Montero. This is from what? Gaudy. Cool. Orange refractor. It's top, so I'm going to say Prism orange refractor, because it kind of looks like a prism. Don't know Gene Montero. Is he playing? He's Dominican Republic's playing a game. Under 19. Well, he's young, under 16 in 2019, so he's a young fella. There's Jalen Green, another strong player. This is the Atlanta Hawks, superstar future player. Who's this? Darius Garland, who I don't know, and I probably should. But again, another Gaudy. Or it's a good one. This one's Upper Deck. Carlos Boogie Basham. Right on. Bills rookie, guy who named Boogie. You gotta like it. And R.I.P. to Booger, who just passed away last week. Well, I'm filming this on 8mm film. I'm videoing this on the week after Booger, and I forget his name, but it was in the movie The Nerds, Revenge of the Nerds. He was also in Risky Business with Tom Cruise, in the very first Tom Cruise movie that I remember seeing. He was the guy who teach him how to play poker and conned him into actually getting the hookers to come over. But anyway, that guy passed away this week, and I forget his name. But it was in tribute to Boogie that brought that up. Squirrel! Tylen Wallace, Tylen Wallace, rookie, and Kelvin Joseph, rookie. Hey, thanks there, Jeremy, for the extras. I love that. That's always cool to get bonus cards in a purchase, because to you they may not be worth anything, but to me they're awesome cards. I like all cards, all of them. Well, most of them. If they don't have a license on them, like that couple in there, I don't mind so much if they're in the odd set. But most, like, I don't like Panini baseball. Okay, that's something you'll never see me break it. Or like somebody making hockey cards without that logo of the NHL on there and PA. I won't break them. That's just not cool. It's not what I'm going to do. Okay, and opening these so you can't see them. Apparently, that's the plan here. I want to try to get them out of this without making too much of a mess. Lower down here, and there we go. So again, don't pay any attention to these prices, because it's not what I paid. I paid, as I told you, there's 11 cards in this lot that I paid $800 for Canadian, all in, shipped, delivered. There it is. I revealed my spending habits, but I still think there's a lot of room to grow on some of these guys and their cards. Because I mean, heck, a PSA 9 Panarin. I mean, you can get the raw card for almost. People paid that much for the raw card, and I paid less than that for a PSA 9. So it's nice, encapsulated, graded mint card. Not going to complain. And I always think, sure, there might be a better deal out there. If you're a sniper, you might find one a little cheaper, but why not buy in bulk? And eventually I'll keep a couple of these cards and save the ones that I want to save. And that's usually not very many of them, and they're usually Maple Leafs. There you can be critical of how PSA grades and grade it yourself. There's white touch on that corner. I see a little bit at the bottom along there. I'm not going to look at the surface too closely, but, go ahead and decide yourself how good your cards are before you send them off for grading. But I find that, at least in my experience, if you send them 50 cards, let's say, that's just fairly expensive, you get better results than if you send them 5 cards. Just on average, obviously, you're going to have more cards, but I think proportionately you're going to find you get higher grades. That's just my specking. There's no fact behind that. All the graders are deny it, but I still think the more business you bring them, the more business they're going to want you to come back to. So they're going to be a little bit less stringent on their subjectivity. I don't know. In other words, they'll give you better grades. That's my opinion, but prove me wrong. Then again, I won't be sending any stuff in for grading anytime soon, because the prices went through the roof. Grading is way overrated. There's enough of the stuff out there, as you can see. You can buy it on the second-hand market without actually having to pay the fees yourself, unless you're sure you've got nothing but 10s in your collection. And I must say, I do try to scrutinize my cards, but inevitably somebody else that's going to put the grade on them, not you. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. And in the meantime, help support your other vendors out there, because there's, like I say, a lot of the stuff out there. I mean, almost every day I see new ads. Every day. Okay, here's the go. More 9s. These are all. Well, I got 110 here. I'll slip it in the back. But this is to go with the regular, or the canvas. I got the regular grading point here. And a nice 9 again. 9s aren't 10s. There's a lot of difference in the price between a 9 and a 10, as we all know. But mint is mint, and it says mint. So I've got a mint card of grading point. We got. Let's just make little piles for whatever reason. And you can see that Beckett and PSA don't like each other, because they will not stack. And there we go. Mr. Fox, Foxy Fox. Another star of the future. Already star of now, because he's playing very well. I think he's close to a point a game pace. And last but not least, a 10 on the Ehlers. And it's funny, because I had a deal last night I was working on for the next mail video you may see, where this almost got included, but I remembered I'd already bought one. And I didn't want to add the extra cards on. See, what happened, I saw the ad. I saw 10 cards, but only 5 were left in the ad. And that's the thing. You got to act quick if you see these ads. But I almost used this to supplement the... well, no, I couldn't because they were already taken. Somebody else was looking at them. Anyway, I got one anyway. And there you go. And Ehlers 10. So I'll make my 9s and my 10s. That's what I'll do. I'll put that with that. That is a 10. And these are the 9s. And these are the 10s. These are the 10s and these are the 9s. And that's a 10. It really is funny because they have 8.5, but they don't have a 9.5. PSA, I've always wondered, what happened to their 9.5s? Beckett has a 9.5. PSA doesn't have a 9.5. And who needs a 9.5? When you got a PSA 10, the BGS 9.5 is supposed to be a PSA 10. That's what they said way back in the day. And then Beckett has the audacity to add in the pristine. And now they've even got the black pristine. Well, they've had it for a while. And PSA just still has the 10. But you know what? It's not perfect if it's a 10 with PSA. It's very perfect. So there's that. I used to work with a guy who English was not his first language. And he'd check his parts on the machine and then he'd look at me and say, "Aha, look, very perfect." And I'd tell him, you know, that you can't, very perfect, it's not, it's either perfect or it's not. It's not, and he'd look, "Oh, okay. Next day he'd check his parts and go, "Are they? There you go. Oh, very perfect." So I went with it. And now I use the term a day all the time. It's not perfect anymore. It is very perfect. Okay, we got, looks like, again, another PSA and another BGS. Here's the one I really, really wanted in my collection that I've not had for a long time. This is probably the highest grade one I had because I did have one of these cards before. Still not a pristine, but it's got double 10s on it. A little bit of a flaw in the case, maybe. No, not really. Looks like a little, you know, I don't know, not a flaw, but there you go. Nice, Wee Willie Nylander, one of the many Maple Leaf rookies from 16-17 that is supposed to help build them a cup. And this guy just passed Borje Salming as most points by Swede. Now he's only behind Sundin now on the team, which he'll probably never beat. But you never know. He may be there long enough. So I got the point and the Nylander, the Willie Nylander 9.5 BGS. And then in this one, I got a 9.5 BGS. Of another guy that's not seeing as much hobby love these days. Again, no 10s on this one in the subs, but who cares? It's still a 9.5 of Laine, who had a heck of a rookie season there. Oh, again, a little scratch. This has been around. It's been probably graded a while back because since he went to Columbus, you don't hear as much of him. But he's still a superstar in my mind. And to carry on, we got, we're almost done here, folks. 2 to go. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 3 to go. 3 to go. I forgot about one guy. And there we go. Get this along here. And yeah, guys, check out my videos. All the videos I break open mostly. Mail's not often what I'm doing, but I collect. So yeah, subscribe, tap the like button. Check me out on eBay, Standing Ovations, where I go by there. Eventually, sooner or later, check my domain, standingovation.com, and Patreon, which I have not set up yet, but it's going to happen. There's the last two more BGS 9.5s. Future goalie for the Maple Leafs, or just another one of many along the way. I don't know. I think he's injured right now again because they were both injured. They're using Shelgren for a bit. I don't know. Wall has not made an appearance this year. Wall, but Samsonov was there in spring training or fall training, preseason. But then he's injured. Now we got Matt Murray back, but who knows? I think this was all the cards. This was the most expensive one because it's probably my guess is the lowest popped card out of all of these. But I don't know for a fact that. It's based on the individual prices my man had them at. See, again, that was at $140, and definitely I did not pay $140 for a Scheifele BGS. But he could sell for that. I'm sure he sold for that and more. You know, let's see. Let's see how his game goes because. Again, but I spent many years living in the Kitchener area when this guy was a Kitchener Ranger, and he was their star player for many years. Well, for a couple of years before he hit the NHL. And now, Winnipeg. Drove right through there on my way out to where I live now here on the West Coast. So, That caught my eye, was the interest that people had in hockey in Winnipeg. If that was a bigger city, that'd be a huge market, but we'll see. Time will tell. I mean, maybe everybody's going to move to Winnipeg. Okay, again, thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate all the support you've given me so far. I can't believe I got this many subscribers in this amount of time. It's like I said, the year's ending and about to begin, and I thought I'd be like at 10 subscribers. Well, maybe I would hope I'd have 50 by the end of the year. And the fact that I'm right now, I'm just passing 200. Gosh knows where I'll be at the end of the year. Hopefully, I'll get to that 1,000 mark, and fireworks will go off. Great things will happen, and perhaps one of these cards will be one of the giveaway cards. Who knows? I'm going to give away something at 1,000. I don't know. It'll be like maybe one big prize or a couple of little ones to some of my subs. We'll see. But again, I'm still learning on how to use all this YouTubers and the interwebs to market and all that. And I got to catch up because most of this inventory, I'm so backlogged. I haven't got a whole lot of stuff up on eBay lately. But hopefully, I use some of the holidays to do that. And I'm because I think I got like just 120 cards on, and I got to get up and I got to have at least 500 cards here sitting waiting to go, ready to list. So check it out. I'll be posting more and more as the year goes on, and try and keep posting every day on my videos, but that's going to slow down at some point. I'm getting a little burnt out, all this ripping, and the budget takes a hit, but we'll see. I love ripping, and I'm never going to go away. This is what I do now, folks. Standing ovation, sports cards breaks. I'll be back for another one tomorrow. Keep on collecting, folks.